This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe. I'm here to tell you all to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and remember to turn on notifications. You will be the first to know all about the latest Dragon Ball news and information.
Oh, did you say UnrealEntGaming? Oh, I love his channel.
God damn it, Zelbon, stop rubbing your nipples and get back to bed!
What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Dragon Ball Q&A video, where today we have lots of awesome questions to go through and pertains to Dragon Ball questions. So I hope you guys sit back and enjoy, and as I always tell you guys, these questions are directly reflected onto you guys. So if you guys have any other opinions and or comments to add on to the questions, drop your questions and opinions down the comment section below, as these questions do also pertain to you guys. And of course, if you guys have any questions to ask me in pertains to Dragon Ball, any form of Dragon Ball, go on ahead and drop your questions down the comment section below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to slap that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys are always notified whenever I post a Dragon Ball video onto the channel. Hashtag notification squad. Thank you all for watching, guys. So without wasting any more time, let's go on ahead and begin with our very first question today, which is from Austin. Yo, what's up, Unreal? I'm a new subscriber and I recently noticed that you do fan mail Q&As, and I'm hoping that you get a chance to feature my questions on your upcoming Q&A video. And like you always say, these questions are also for the viewers as well, so I hope you can see this. You're amazing and thank you for all you do. So here are my questions. Thank you so much, bro. Question number one: do you think Jiren is going to be so powerful to the point where he will overpower Super Saiyan Blue? The reason why I ask you this is because I'm basing this off of what we saw with Hit knocking out Vegeta out of Super Saiyan God. So do you think we will see the same thing for Goku and Jiren? I think Jiren will outpower Goku in every way, but what do you think? Question two: what do you think about Universe 9 being the first universe to be erased? Did you feel bad, or did you think it was needed? Will this happen to everyone else too, or no? Question three: do you think Jiren was foreshadowed in Dragon Ball Heroes to fight Frieza? If Jiren does fight both Goku and Frieza 2-on-1, will Jiren still overpower them? I think Jiren would wreck them hardcore. Well, thank you so much for the questions, Austin. Now, to answer your first question, here's what I think. I think that once Goku fights Jiren, it's going to be a point to where it's not midway through the tournament, but I think that at some given point, once they start clearing out the other respective fighters that are pretty much fodder, they're going to make room for these two. So once these two fight, this is what I'm calling right now. I think that yes, Jiren is going to overpower Super Saiyan Blue, and I think that it's more than fitting to do that because we haven't seen any other person come about to where they did that, aside from Hit, who was able to pretty much knock down Goku several times, including Goku Black as well, who was also able to knock down Goku several times. But we've never seen anybody, I think in my opinion, having to beat the Super Saiyan Blue out of Goku. So having Jiren be the first person to do that, I think would be more than fitting. So I think that yes, Jiren will overpower Super Saiyan Blue. However, I think that once Goku breaks past his limits, it's going to be an entirely different story, because I firmly believe that Goku, once he breaks past his limits, he's going to be able to contest against Jiren. Now, we don't know as to how high of a caliber he is, but I think that having to look at it from a grand scheme of things, I think that it'll only make sense for Goku to be either comparative to Jiren or if not stronger. And that's just my opinion, of course, but in retrospect, we haven't seen Jiren do anything. And of course, spoiler alert, the first person that we do know that Jiren eliminates, as I said before, spoiler alert, is going to be Kale. Now, having Jiren throw out Kale isn't too impressive in and of itself because it's Kale. It'll be different if Kale was like a Super Saiyan Blue, or if Kale had like this tremendous power behind her, but to some argument, I mean, people can say that she's around Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2 range, so I mean, that's pretty impressive, but either way, to Jiren, that's not really much. So to see him finally do something in the Tournament of Power as to throw someone out like Kale is pretty cool, but I just can't wait to see him encounter Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Frieza, Hit, and in particular Goku. And I think that yes, in my opinion, I think Jiren will overpower Super Saiyan Blue, but I want to know what you guys think, because it pertains to him knocking the Super Saiyan Blue out of Goku. That's pretty hard to say because, you know, Goku has gotten extremely powerful since the time of him fighting Goku Black, since the time of, you know, having to fight Hit during the Universe 6 arc and stuff. So Goku has gotten significantly powerful. However, in my final prediction for this, I would like to assume that Jiren will overpower Super Saiyan Blue to the point where Super Saiyan Blue Goku is hardly going to be able to touch this guy. But in retrospect, you have to ask yourself, it's like, then what's the meaning of having Super Saiyan Blue contest against some of the Pride Troopers, for example, like Jiren? Because if Jiren's supposed to be that strong, how the hell do you fight him in Super Saiyan Blue form, aside from breaking your limits, you know? There's no possible chance of winning. So to make that conclusive assumption, I would like to assume that Jiren is going to overpower Super Saiyan Blue, but until we see more from him, then only then can we further our, you know, know, opinions of him in terms of fighting Goku. So to answer your second question, universe number 9, okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I kind of felt bad in an essence to where, I mean, I think they deserved it because that universe was just being governed by a complete douchebag by the name of Ro, and Sidra, who was very undecisive. He was very vindictive in a way, but at the same time, he was very clueless, so I didn't really feel too bad for them, especially towards the very end when Ro was like, Zeno-sama, and Zeno was like, yeah, squish, and then that was the end of them. I felt more or less bad for the fighters, because the fighters didn't really know at that very point what they got themselves into until they got erased. The moment they got erased, that was it. I mean, that was just complete, you know, wipeout mode for them. So I did feel bad for the fighters and for the people of that universe, but in terms of Sidra and Ro, I didn't really feel too bad for them. Now, in terms of will this happen to everyone else as well, I think so. I don't think that the Omni King is bluffing. I don't think that, you know, the Daishinkan is bluffing. As I kept telling you guys this before, a lot of you guys kept telling me, no, man, they're not going to destroy the universes and stuff, and now a lot of people are making excuses and saying, well, they weren't really erased, they were teleported somewhere else. No, stop trying to justify, you know, someone having to be erased. I mean, they were erased. You cannot un-erase them unless you make the, you know, the wish with the Super Giant Dragon Balls and bringing them back, you know. Aside from that, they're gone. They're all gone. I mean, there's no possible way of them having to teleport, you know, the multiverse somewhere else and trying to say, oh well, this was just a ploy to get you guys to fight harder and stuff. No, that's a very dumb excuse. To get them to fight harder, you witness someone get erased. So will this happen to everyone else? I would like to assume so, but we're just gonna have to wait and find out what happens when we get to the finale of this tournament, because I made a video yesterday and a couple of days ago talking about the Grand Priest being evil and how I don't think that he is evil. So if you guys want to go on ahead and check that video out, you guys can do so. I'm gonna link it down below. I pretty much gave my opinion as to why I don't think the Grand Priest is evil. And I firmly stand by that because I really can't see the Daishinkan having like an evil ploy or like an evil plot to try to take over the universe. But to me, I would like to assume that if he was evil, I mean, how the hell do you stop him, you know? But aside from all that, I think that yes, the other universes will get erased once they lose. But until we see further, you know, fights happen with certain universes, then only then can we make that determination. But Universe 9, I felt bad, but in a way it's just like, hey man, like what goes around comes around, right? Now to answer your third question, I actually broke this down in my Super Dragon Ball Heroes Mission number 5 breakdown trailer to where I spoke about this. Now, if you guys remember last year, Dragon Ball Heroes pretty much ruined the concept of Goku having to fight Black in the future because they showed off that mission, they showed off that trailer first before we actually saw our characters go into the future. So before the actual episode aired to where Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks go into the future, the first thing they showed in Dragon Ball Heroes was Goku fighting Black in the future, and then in the background, we saw Zamasu descend down from the heavens. And then a few weeks later, look at that, we go into the future and we fight off Black. So, and then after that, we got ourselves a little preview of Merge Zamasu having to fight Super Saiyan Blue Goku in one of the missions as well. And then a few weeks later, we saw the emergence of Goku Black's and Zamasu's fusion. So, I would like to assume that yes, I think that Dragon Ball Heroes is foreshadowing Jiren having to fight Frieza as well. I think at this very point, I don't think Frieza stands a chance against Jiren, but seeing Goku and Frieza fight Jiren 2-on-1 in the actual Dragon Ball Heroes trailer was pretty cool because, I mean, how many of us actually even would have assumed for Goku and Frieza to work together for one singular moment to fight off someone even stronger, you know? And in this instance, I think that it'll be a great decision to, you know, have them work together to fight off Jiren, because if Goku can't beat Jiren and if Frieza can't beat Jiren, it's like, what do? You put them both together and you have them work together to see if you can actually stand a chance. So for me, I think that yes, they are foreshadowing this, and I still stand by my opinion that Frieza will turn on Goku. I can't see Frieza pretty much lasting as a good guy all the way through, or at least playing the neutral role. I can definitely see Frieza waiting for like the right moment to strike, and that's who Frieza's character is. That's how he's portrayed. But do I think they would overpower Jiren? No. I think that even at that given point, Jiren would prove to be even too much for Goku and Frieza. However, some people may agree, some people may disagree. It's all up to you guys, but for me at least, I would like to assume that even at that given point, Jiren would prove to be too much even for Frieza and Goku to handle until Goku breaks past his limits. So once again, Austin, thank you so much for the questions, bro, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Valaris. Hey there, Alex, I just have one important question for you. Do you believe in your heart of hearts that the Great Priest is evil or has a sinister motive to destroy all life within the multiverse? Cheers for having all the amazing content you make, my good sir. Thank you so much for the comments. And to answer your first question, okay, so the Great Priest, I don't think that the Great Priest is evil for two reasons. Number one, hypothetically speaking, if the Grand Priest was evil, how do you defeat him if he's supposed to be on the top of his tier? If he's supposed to be, right, the strongest in comparison to the Hakaishin, in comparison to the angels, and beneath the Omni King, with such a person like that, how do you stop him? Even with Goku's Limit Breaker form, combining the powers of Jiren and Vegeta and Goku and Toppo and all these dudes and Gohan and Frieza and Frost and Kale and Khalifa and Kaba, combining all these warriors, you know, trying to, you know, fend off against the Great Priest, it wouldn't make any sense because the Grand Priest on a scale to where he measures up to everyone in terms of battle power would be significantly ahead to the point where nobody can touch him. So for me at least, I would like to make the assumption that the Grand Priest is not evil just because if he was, how in the world do you stop him? And how in the world do you even combat the likes of his kids either? I mean, I understand in the poster it teased to where it said the work of the gods ends here, so maybe that's foreshadowing some sort of sinister diabolical works that the angels and or other gods have that are being done in the shadows, and Goku's gonna end their work right then and there. That could be the case. However, I don't see the Grand Priest being evil because how else do you stop him if he was? However, the second reason why I don't see him being evil is because how does nobody else see the Grand Priest, you know, plot something sinister? Although he is the one that's making all the rules and regulations and stuff, I just don't see him having to be an opposing figure to the rest of the multiverse. However, if he was evil, the only route I would take is having to have like a biblical reference similar to God and Lucifer and the angels and the demons, because when Lucifer fell, he wanted to take the role of God. Lucifer, Satan, wanted to take that position in being God. So what did he do? He rebelled. And he brought, you know, what was it, like 1/3 of heaven with him. So he converted the other angels in turning against their brothers and sisters. So the only way I can see this happening is if the Grand Priest does want the Omni King's position and he recruits half of his children to join him while the other half rebel and say, no, what you're doing is wrong. Thus having a giant war, you know, commence within the world of Void involving angels and demons and gods and mortals. And that would be the true battle of gods. But to a degree, I just don't see that happening because what other angel would rebel against their own father? Because the Grand Priest is the father of all the angels. And, you know, there has to be some sort of deeper meaning if they wanted to make the Grand Priest evil. Because at this very point, if they make him evil for the sole reason of destroying mortals, then it'll be a copy and paste of the exact same story with Zamasu. Because Zamasu wanted to be the almighty supreme being. Zamasu wanted to destroy all the Ningen. And that was pretty much the moral of the story. So by having that, you would be copying and pasting the exact same story. So for me, personally, I don't think he's evil. If you guys think he's evil, let me know down below. I'm gonna do a follow-up video, a community reaction video to all of your comments and stuff on the previous video, so make sure you guys go ahead and check out that video with my friend Emish, because we go really in-depth with this, and I think that we explain more or less as to why he's not. But if you guys feel differently, let me know down below. So anyways, Mr. Valaris, thank you so much for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. Now moving on to the next question, which is from Nick. Hey Alex, love your videos and also love the fact you take the time to respond to your fans' questions like this. Thank you, man. My question is, do you think that it's possible that the universes are actually getting destroyed? Right off the bat, I'm gonna say yes. Is it possible that they're being taken and hidden for the time being to make everyone fight at their best? Or maybe they're doing this so the universe's God and Supreme Kais take their jobs more seriously and getting a higher mortal rank? I find it odd that there are no killing in the tournament, yet they are going to be erased anyways. Maybe that's just why Mojito smiled, because he knows that Sidra and Ro would have taken their jobs more serious. Anyways, look forward to hearing from you. You don't get enough credit throughout this community, bro. Trust me, I know that. You're the best Dragon Ball YouTuber. Thank you. I really appreciate the comments. And, you know, I really hope that one day, you know, I do get, you know, the credit that I deserve for, you know, helping out the community for what it's worth. But to answer this question, I answered it before. Yes, dude, the Omni King often figured that there were too many universes to begin with, and he was gonna destroy them without even hosting the tournament. But it was because of Goku's idea that the Omni King said, you know what, alright, if you lose, you die. Instead of us just killing you off right off the bat, if you just lose, you die. So Goku made things a lot easier for people rather than just everyone just getting erased right off the bat. So yes, I do believe that they are getting destroyed, although the rule of not killing, you know, it is kind of like dumb, because what's the point of not killing when you're gonna die anyway, right? But the reason why I think that they put this rule in place is because if you have killing allowed, then people like Hit, people like Frieza, especially Frieza, would go on a rampage. They would just kill everybody, and having to see Hit can just one-shot people, and that would be the end of their lives. So it's like, I mean, would you really want to see that? I mean, for some, yeah, but it'll be a quick and easy tournament to just kill somebody, because you can easily catch somebody off guard and just blow their freaking heads off. So, you know, that I understand why they kept it more grounded, is because they want more of a fight than just like a killing session. So yes, I think that everyone is being destroyed, and to demonstrate this, you know, I mean, they're gonna erase them. So I think that the only way to justify everything is to eventually bring everyone back using the Super Giant Dragon Balls. Once you bring everyone back using that, like, all else will be right in the world. However, I mean, we don't know the direction right now, so anything can happen, but I just don't see, you know, everyone being teleported somewhere else, or being, you know, hidden somewhere else, because as we even said, because Beerus asked him, like, yo, what happened to, like, you know, the rest of the universes, whatever, or universe number 9, we said, well, they went bye-bye, it's over, like, they're gone, and Beerus was like, wow, like, he really did it, he really erased an entire universe. So, you know, he wasn't joking around when he said that. But for me at least, I would like to assume that there is something meaningful coming in, like, towards like the end of the tournament, because I want the rules to be lifted towards the end, and seeing, you know, all out chaos and bloodshed towards the end. But in the beginning, it'll make sense to keep everything grounded, because I mean, it's more or less to display, you know, power, and to display strategy, and seeing how well you can do with your team. But overall, Mojito, as I pointed out earlier in my Grand Priest video, Mojito smiled because he never liked his God of Destruction, he never liked Seadra, he never liked Ro, so it only makes sense for him to be happy about this. So I really can't see any other alternative for Mojito smiling and him having like a devious plan, or like some sort of sinister motive. I do agree that it was a very ominous scene, but does that mean, or does that justify him as being evil? Absolutely not. So in conclusion, I want to assume that Mojito was smiling because he just never liked his god. But in the end, until we see other angels display a similar emotion, then we can be like, alright, something sinister is happening here. But as a whole, I think that everyone's being destroyed, and there's no coming back from that at all, dude. Like, it's done from that given point. So anyways, Mr. Nick, thank you so much for your question, bro, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate that so much. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, I do have a second gaming channel, in which I will link down below. It is called Unreal Network. Make sure to go on ahead and hit that subscribe button on that channel as well, guys. We just broke 15,000 subscribers on there, so that's a huge milestone for me. So again, guys, I would like to say thank you all so much for watching. If you guys have any questions of your own, drop your questions down in the comment section below to be featured in the upcoming episode. And I want to hear your thoughts and feedback as to what's happening now, because certainly enough, I mean, it was a really interesting Q&A session, especially with Jiren. But thank you all for watching once again, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next Dragon Ball video. Take it easy, guys, and God bless. Peace.